Hi, Joe here again, and today rather than doing any baking, I thought I'd just give you 5 tips that I think will help any amateur baker baking their first loaf of bread. Tip number 1 is keep it simple. No doubt you'll have been online, seen photos of beautiful sourdough loaves with open crumb structures, massive air pockets, huge oven spring, and that's a great goal to have, but it's not a great place to start. So I suggest just starting with a basic white tin loaf. White dough is the easiest to work with, the most forgiving, and baking it in a tin is just going to help if there's not quite enough strength in that dough, or you overprove it, or you haven't shaped it properly. Hopefully it's going to at least give you a bread at the end that you can eat. Tip number 2 is pick a flour. Strong white bread flour is what you need, so just find a good value one that you can get locally, regularly. You want to stick to the same flour all along, so you can start to learn how that flour reacts, the sort of dough it creates. The process of bread making is to do with consistency, so you want to be repeating that process and getting the same results over and over again. So stick to one flour, make sure it's not too expensive so if you do make mistakes, it's not going to break the bank if you have to throw it away. Tip number 3 is don't be a yeast snob. Now I use instant yeast in my weekly breads and that stuff is brilliant. If I want to make a special bread around Christmas or something, then yes, I'll use sourdough, or if I'm making donuts or brioche, I'll use some fresh yeast. But for my weekly bread, I just use instant yeast and I can get my loaves made and baked within 3 hours. Tip number 4 is steam. When you're baking your bread, try and introduce a bit of steam in your oven. Again, keep it simple, no need to soak tea towels by lava rocks, anything like that. Just a baking tray in the bottom of the oven, pour in a cup of water when you add your loaves, and that will generate enough steam to give you some good oven spring and a nice, shiny, crispy crust. My final tip is time. Give yourself time, not just time to make and bake your bread, but time to learn the process and time to improve. So what if your first few loaves come out like bricks? You'll learn from that and you will improve, but don't expect it to be perfect the first time. So get out there, buy your ingredients and get baking.